Hello, it is I, Eli Surge, here to talk to you about Mothman. In Point Pleasant, West Virginia, between November 2nd, 1966 and December 15th, 1967, the town was terrorized by a winged creature they deemed Mothman. It was said to be 7 feet tall with a 10-foot wide wingspan. Now I want to make sure you know Mothman was not actually a human-sized moth, which begs the question of, would you rather fight one human-sized moth or 100 moth-sized humans? Interesting. He was named Mothman because of a popular TV show at the time, Batman. Mothman was said to have giant glowing red eyes, which were so bright you couldn't see the face of the creature, which led some people to believe that there was no face, no head at all, and the eyes were actually in the chest. It could fly like a boss. It was first spotted in the cemetery by 5 men digging a grave. They said the man-like creature flew from the trees nearby and over their heads. The real incident that blew up Mothman was 3 days later, though, when Linda and Roger Scarberry were taking a drive north of Point Pleasant. They were near a TNT area, and they came across Mothman in the road. It stared directly back at them, and in fear, they turned around and sped back to the town. While they were driving, they looked behind them, and they saw Mothman flying almost effortlessly, keeping pace with them at 100 miles an hour. When they got back to the city, they went to the police, who kind of dismissed it, but the next day, the paper read, "Couple sees man-sized bird, creature, something." Then there's Newell Partridge. He claimed that the animal, the creature, was harassing him. He said that it was causing buzzing sounds from his TV and had taken his dog. But what is Mothman? Some people think that it's an owl, which would make sense for the people that think it didn't have a head and that the eyes were in its chest. Dr. Robert L. Smith of the West Virginia University said that it was a sandhill crane. Although it's not native to the area, it has a 7-foot wide wingspan and red around its eyes, which could help in the explanation of the giant glowing red eyes. Perhaps it's an alien. That would explain why people reported men in black visiting them after they saw the Mothman. Another option is that it's an unknown species. It seems weird to have such a phenomenal species that hasn't been reported to science yet, but humans also had Andre the Giant. The last option is that the runoff from the TNT area north of the city met with the nearby wildlife preserve, and that the toxic chemicals kind of created a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles scenario. But why is it terrifying? Because the Mothman is a harbinger of doom. It brings bad things. The last day it was seen in Point Pleasant was December 15th, 1967. On that day, the Silver Bridge collapsed during rush hour, killing 46 people. It also was seen in Germany in 1978. It stood outside a mine and shrieked at mine workers if they came close. It was, and forgive my German accent, named the Freienberg Screecher. After the workers gave up trying to get into the mine, they heard an explosion. They knew that if they had gone into the mine, they would have perished as the tunnels collapsed. It was also reported near Chernobyl during the time of the accident, in Russia during the 1999 apartment bombings, and in Fukushima in 2011 for the radiation meltdown. Point Pleasant does enjoy having fun with it, though. They have a Mothman Festival, which is the 3rd weekend in every September. They have guest speakers, hay rides to important areas, and the most important thing, a pancake eating contest. They also have the Mothman Research Center, which has everything you could dream of about Mothman. Most importantly, they have the Mothman statue. And boy, that statue has some cheeks on it. Perhaps that's the reason there is a surge of people drawing Mothman as Moth Babe. We can only speculate, though. Until next time, I'm Eli Surge.
Mothman, there's no need to feel down, I said Mothman. Lift that man off the ground, I said Mothman. Cause you're in a new town and there's kids to be abducted, Mothman. There's a place you can go, I said Mothman. When you make your eyes glow, you can stay there. And I'm sure you will find many ways to scare the townsfolk. Cause you're a really big M-O-T-H, a really, really big M-O-T-H. You have big flappy wings, creepy glowing red eyes, and the element of surprise, 'cause you're a really big